Have you ever wondered why some people seem to effortlessly build wealth while others struggle paycheck to paycheck, despite working just as hard or even harder? In today's video, we're diving into the groundbreaking book Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki, a game changer in personal finance. This book reveals the financial lessons the wealthy teach their kids that the poor and middle class often miss. We'll break down the key takeaways from each chapter, sharing actionable insights to help you rethink money, escape the rat race, and start building a life of financial independence. If you're ready to take control of your financial future, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss empowering content like this. Chapter 1. Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This chapter introduces readers to the two influential figures in Robert Kiyosaki's life: his biological father, whom he refers to as Poor Dad, and his best friend's father, his Rich Dad. Poor Dad was highly educated with multiple degrees, but struggled financially throughout his life. Conversely, Rich Dad, who never completed high school, became one of the wealthiest men in Hawaii. This chapter contrasts the two men's philosophies about money, work, and education, emphasizing how their differing mindsets shaped Kiyosaki's understanding of wealth. The foundation of the book is laid here. Financial success is not solely about formal education or high income, but is deeply rooted in financial literacy and adopting the right mindset. The chapter also highlights the differences in their advice. Poor Dad often emphasized job security, the importance of a steady paycheck, and working hard for money. He believed in following traditional paths, getting a good education, securing a stable job, and saving for retirement. In contrast, Rich Dad stressed the importance of financial independence and building wealth through investments and businesses. He encouraged learning about money, taking calculated risks, and understanding how to make money work for you. This divergence in thought created a choice for Kiyosaki: whether to follow Poor Dad's conventional approach or adopt Rich Dad's entrepreneurial mindset. Ultimately, Kiyosaki chose to learn from Rich Dad, setting the stage for the financial lessons that would define his life. The key lesson in this chapter is the importance of financial education and mindset. It shows how the way we think about money directly impacts our financial outcomes. Poor Dad's advice represents the traditional, often limiting approach to finances, while Rich Dad's perspective challenges readers to think creatively and strategically about building wealth. This chapter encourages readers to question societal norms about money and education, advocating for a proactive approach to financial literacy to achieve financial freedom. Chapter 2. The Rich Don't Work for Money. In this chapter, Robert Kiyosaki delves into one of the foundational lessons his Rich Dad taught him. The wealthy view money and work fundamentally differently from the poor and middle class. The chapter begins with a pivotal moment from Kiyosaki's childhood, when he and his friend Mike approached Rich Dad to learn about becoming wealthy. Rich Dad challenged them to work at his business for an exceptionally low wage, a move designed to teach them an essential principle: money should not dictate their actions or decisions. Kiyosaki highlights how fear and greed trap people in the rat race, where they exchange time for money but remain perpetually unsatisfied and financially stagnant. Instead, Rich Dad emphasized the importance of using their minds and creativity to make money work for them, rather than working endlessly for money. This chapter also explores the psychological grip that fear and comfort have over most people's lives. Rich Dad explains that many individuals are afraid of losing money, so they cling to job security and settle for predictable, steady incomes. However, this mindset keeps them stuck in a cycle of dependency, limiting their potential for financial growth. On the other hand, greed, or the desire for material comforts, drives people to spend more as their incomes increase, trapping them in the same financial struggles regardless of how much they earn. Kiyosaki illustrates how this fear and greed loop keeps people from taking risks, exploring opportunities, and ultimately achieving financial freedom. The rich, however, learn to overcome these emotions, focusing instead on building assets and allowing their money to grow independently of their labor. The key takeaway from this chapter is the importance of shifting one's mindset about work and money. Kiyosaki emphasizes the need to develop financial intelligence by seeking knowledge, identifying opportunities, and understanding the difference between assets and liabilities. He encourages readers to break free from the cycle of fear and greed by embracing calculated risks and focusing on long-term wealth creation. This chapter serves as a wake-up call, urging readers to challenge societal norms around work and money, think critically, and start taking control of their financial futures. It's a powerful reminder that true wealth begins with the ability to see money as a tool, not a master. Chapter 3. Why Teach Financial Literacy? This chapter focuses on the foundational importance of understanding money and the principles of wealth building. Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes that financial literacy is essential for escaping the rat race, a cycle where people work tirelessly to earn money but fail to grow their wealth due to poor financial habits and a lack of knowledge. He introduces the concept of assets and liabilities, explaining how misunderstanding these can lead people to believe they are building wealth when they are actually increasing their financial burdens. For instance, many think a house is their greatest asset, but Kiyosaki argues that it is often a liability due to ongoing expenses like mortgages, maintenance, and taxes that drain resources instead of generating income. The chapter illustrates how traditional education fails to prepare individuals for real-world financial challenges. Schools teach students to be employees, focusing on earning a salary, but not on managing, growing, or investing money. Kiyosaki shares that most people work hard for money, but never learn how to make money work for them. This knowledge gap leads to poor financial decisions, such as accumulating liabilities disguised as assets. By developing financial literacy, individuals can differentiate between what adds value to their financial portfolio, assets, and what detracts from it, liabilities, enabling them to make smarter choices. The lessons from this chapter underline the importance of understanding financial statements, such as income statements and balance sheets, to track money flow effectively. By focusing on acquiring income-generating assets, such as investments, real estate, and businesses, individuals can grow their wealth and achieve financial independence. The chapter encourages readers to prioritize financial education as a lifelong pursuit, as it empowers them to take control of their financial future. The ultimate takeaway is that building true wealth requires shifting focus from earning more to investing wisely and continuously expanding one's financial knowledge. Chapter 4. Mind Your Own Business. In this chapter, Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of focusing on building your personal financial portfolio rather than solely relying on your job. He challenges the traditional notion that your career defines your financial success. While many people dedicate their lives to earning wages and climbing the corporate ladder, Kiyosaki argues that true financial freedom comes from creating and maintaining assets. The chapter explains that many people mistake their profession for their business, when in reality, their true business should be their financial future. The key is to shift focus from working hard for others to working smart for yourself. Kiyosaki delves into the concept of building assets and managing liabilities. He highlights that most people spend their lives paying off mortgages, car loans, and other expenses, often mistaking these as investments. Instead, he advises readers to start small by acquiring assets that generate passive income, such as rental properties, stocks, bonds, or intellectual property. The goal is to grow these income-producing assets until they can cover living expenses, allowing you to achieve financial independence. By focusing on your personal financial portfolio, your true business, you can break free from the paycheck-to-paycheck cycle and secure long-term stability. The core lesson from this chapter is that financial success requires taking responsibility for your own financial growth. Kiyosaki urges readers to stop making their employer's business their priority and instead prioritize building their asset column. He also emphasizes self-discipline, patience, and a forward-looking mindset as crucial for managing personal finances effectively. This chapter is a call to action. To take control of your financial future, shift your perspective on what constitutes a business, and invest in yourself by learning how to grow your assets. Chapter 5. The History of Taxes and the Power of Corporations. This chapter delves into the origins and implications of taxes and how the wealthy use corporations to their advantage. Robert Kiyosaki explains that taxes were initially introduced as a temporary measure to tax the rich, but eventually became a permanent system affecting the middle and lower classes disproportionately. Over time, governments found it easier to collect taxes from employees through payroll deductions, inadvertently creating a system where the middle class bears the brunt of the tax burden. This chapter highlights the difference in financial knowledge between the rich, who understand how to legally minimize their tax liabilities, and the rest who often lack the tools to do so. Kiyosaki emphasizes the concept of corporations as a powerful tool for financial growth and tax management. He explains that while most individuals work hard for their money and pay taxes before enjoying the fruits of their labor, corporations allow the wealthy to earn, spend, and then pay taxes on what's left. This strategy, enabled by tax laws, gives corporations significant advantages in wealth accumulation. For example, through a corporation, business expenses like travel, meals, and office supplies can often be written off, reducing taxable income. By using this legal framework, the wealthy can protect and grow their assets, reinforcing their financial advantage. The key lesson from this chapter is the importance of financial literacy and understanding the rules of money. Kiyosaki urges readers to adopt the mindset of an investor and business owner rather than that of an employee. He emphasizes the value of learning how corporations work, understanding tax laws, and seeking professional guidance to legally minimize taxes. This knowledge can empower individuals to grow their wealth and achieve financial freedom, demonstrating that the path to wealth is not just about hard work, but also about working smart within the rules of the system. Chapter 6. The Rich Invent Money. In this chapter, Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes the importance of creativity, financial intelligence, and risk-taking in wealth creation. This chapter delves into how the wealthy don't just rely on opportunities that come their way. They actively create them. Kiyosaki describes how rich individuals leverage their financial knowledge to recognize and capitalize on opportunities that others may overlook. He argues that money isn't scarce, but rather abundant for those who know where to look and how to think outside the box. The chapter challenges the reader to adopt a mindset that views financial problems as opportunities for innovation and growth, rather than obstacles. A key lesson from this chapter is the value of financial education in enabling individuals to invent money. Kiyosaki underscores that financial literacy and creativity allow people to combine resources, recognize trends, and take calculated risks that lead to wealth generation. He shares anecdotes and strategies used by his rich dad, such as leveraging investments, understanding market dynamics, and employing the power of financial instruments like real estate and stocks. The ability to identify underpriced assets, predict their future value, and act decisively is a hallmark of the financially successful. Kiyosaki stresses that this mindset requires constant learning, adaptability, and the courage to seize opportunities. Another significant takeaway is the need to overcome fear and procrastination, which often hold people back from taking risks. Kiyosaki acknowledges that inventing money involves a degree of uncertainty, but he encourages readers to view risks as essential stepping stones to growth. He advocates for starting small but taking action, emphasizing that failure is a part of the learning process. By combining creativity with financial intelligence, individuals can build wealth over time, moving closer to financial independence. This chapter empowers readers to shift their thinking and approach money with the confidence and curiosity needed to create their own opportunities. Chapter 7. Work to learn, don't work for money. In this chapter, Robert Kiyosaki emphasizes the value of acquiring skills over earning a high salary. The chapter challenges the conventional mindset of working solely for financial compensation and advocates for career moves that prioritize personal growth and skill acquisition. Kiyosaki draws on his own experience of working at Xerox, not for the paycheck, but to learn sales skills, which he knew were vital for his entrepreneurial goals. By stepping out of the comfort zone of secure jobs and actively seeking opportunities that provide diverse skills, one can prepare for greater financial independence and success. The key takeaway is that the ability to learn and apply knowledge in different areas is more powerful than the comfort of a steady paycheck. A vital lesson from this chapter is the importance of versatility and adaptability in the modern economy. Kiyosaki explains that many people become trapped in the rat race by focusing on promotions and salary increases without diversifying their skill sets. For instance, someone working as an accountant might focus only on technical accounting knowledge, whereas they could exponentially grow their career by learning about marketing, leadership, or investing. A real-life example is Elon Musk, who, despite his engineering background, mastered fields like finance, management, and public relations, enabling him to lead transformative ventures across diverse industries. This holistic learning approach opens doors to entrepreneurship and financial freedom. The chapter also highlights the need to embrace challenges as opportunities to grow. Kiyosaki warns against avoiding jobs or roles that seem difficult or unrelated to immediate goals, as they often provide the very skills needed for long-term success. For example, taking a customer service job might seem mundane, but it teaches critical communication and problem-solving skills. By focusing on learning rather than earning, individuals build a foundation for future wealth and autonomy. Chapter 8. Overcoming Obstacles. In this chapter, Robert Kiyosaki explores the psychological and emotional barriers that hinder individuals from achieving financial success. He identifies 4 primary obstacles: fear, cynicism, laziness, and bad habits. Fear, particularly the fear of losing money, is a significant barrier that stops many from taking the risks necessary for financial growth. Kiyosaki stresses that even the wealthy experience fear, but they approach it differently. Instead of being paralyzed by it, they learn from their mistakes and use failures as stepping stones. He encourages readers to embrace failures as learning opportunities, citing the example of entrepreneurs who often face setbacks before eventually succeeding. Cynicism, or the tendency to dwell on doubts and negative possibilities, is another hurdle. Kiyosaki warns against allowing what-if scenarios to dominate decision-making, as this can lead to inaction. For instance, someone might hesitate to invest in real estate due to fears of market crashes, bad tenants, or high maintenance costs. While these concerns are valid, focusing on solutions rather than problems can pave the way forward. Research, education, and a proactive mindset can mitigate risks. The author also highlights how cynicism often stems from listening to advice from financially uneducated individuals, urging readers to seek guidance from those with proven success. The chapter also examines laziness and bad habits, which subtly erode financial potential. Kiyosaki argues that laziness is not always about inactivity. It can manifest as avoidance of critical financial decisions due to busyness or misplaced priorities. For example, someone might spend hours working overtime but neglect budgeting or learning about investments. Bad habits, such as excessive spending or avoiding financial education, exacerbate the problem. Kiyosaki advises cultivating good habits, like paying yourself first by saving and investing before covering expenses. He stresses that overcoming these obstacles requires self-awareness, discipline, and a willingness to grow, emphasizing that financial success is as much about mindset as it is about strategy. Chapter 9. Getting Started. In this chapter, Robert Kiyosaki shifts focus from the theoretical to the practical, offering actionable steps for readers to embark on their financial independence journey. He emphasizes the importance of mindset, education, and actionable plans to transition from traditional thinking about money to creating wealth. The chapter encourages readers to take small steps by setting clear goals, acquiring financial literacy, and cultivating discipline in managing money. Kiyosaki suggests that success in personal finance begins with taking control of your thoughts and habits, as these shape financial decisions. By fostering a mindset of learning and curiosity, individuals can begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles. A key lesson in this chapter is the value of finding mentors and leveraging their experience to accelerate personal growth. Kiyosaki shares his own journey of seeking advice and guidance from his rich dad, who provided real-world lessons that schools and traditional education often neglect. This mentorship helped him develop the confidence and knowledge to take risks and start building his wealth through investments. The chapter also encourages readers to surround themselves with like-minded individuals who inspire and challenge them to think differently about money. A real-life example might be an aspiring entrepreneur joining a startup incubator to learn from experienced founders, gaining insight into navigating business challenges and opportunities. Finally, Kiyosaki emphasizes taking action and overcoming fear, a significant barrier to achieving financial success. He discusses how many people get stuck in analysis paralysis, waiting for the perfect time to invest or start a venture. Instead, he advocates starting small, learning from mistakes, and gradually building financial acumen. For instance, someone could begin investing with a modest sum through a platform like a stock app or buying a small rental property to learn the ropes of real estate. The core message is clear. The journey to financial independence starts not with a massive leap, but with the first confident step. Chapter 10. Still want more? Here are some to-dos. This chapter serves as a practical guide for readers who are inspired by the lessons in Rich Dad, Poor Dad and want actionable steps to achieve financial independence. This chapter emphasizes the importance of taking deliberate action toward building financial literacy and growing wealth. Kiyosaki underscores that merely understanding concepts isn't enough. Success requires consistent effort, discipline, and the courage to step out of comfort zones. He provides readers with specific activities such as attending financial seminars, joining investment clubs, or engaging in self-education through books and courses about money management, real estate, and entrepreneurship. The chapter also stresses the value of developing personal habits and attitudes conducive to financial success. Kiyosaki recommends cultivating a mindset of lifelong learning and persistence. For instance, he advises keeping a journal to track personal financial goals and outcomes, which helps identify patterns and areas for improvement. He encourages readers to practice calculating returns on investments or explore small-scale opportunities like starting a side hustle to gain real-world experience. Real-life examples, such as investing in real estate or starting a small business while managing risks intelligently, demonstrate how these practices can pave the way for financial growth. One poignant example is the story of individuals who leverage retirement accounts to make calculated investments, turning what many see as a long-term saving strategy into an active wealth-building tool. A key takeaway from this chapter is the importance of surrounding oneself with like-minded individuals and mentors who are financially savvy. Networking with experienced professionals, seeking advice, and observing successful people provide insights and encouragement to navigate challenges. Kiyosaki explains that the journey to financial independence is not a sprint, but a marathon, requiring patience, adaptability, and an unrelenting focus on learning and growing. This chapter transforms abstract financial concepts into tangible steps, equipping readers with tools to embark on their journey toward wealth. Thank you for joining me on this journey through Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. We've explored powerful lessons about money, mindset, and financial freedom that challenge conventional thinking and offer a blueprint for building wealth. Whether it's understanding the importance of assets, learning to let money work for you, or developing the financial literacy schools often overlook, these insights can truly transform your life if you put them into action. Remember, it's not about how much money you make, it's about how much you keep, invest, and grow. If you found value in this video, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with others who might benefit. And of course, subscribe to the channel for more content to help you grow smarter, wealthier, and more empowered. Let's keep learning and building together. Until next time, stay inspired and take charge of your future.